No, just a portion. We can save time, Judge, because I was going to ask that be published in its entirety. I could redo it.
How much is it? How long?
It's a 15-minute phone call, Your Honor.
Okay.
You want me to play?
You can play your part now, and then you can play your part in a minute, or you can play the whole thing. Whatever you want to do, I'm fine either way.
Thank you. Please remain on the line. Hold for acceptance. This is a prepaid call from
Cherry Road.
your call has been accepted.
Hello? Hey? I don't know. Maybe she just don't want to have to deal with this trial and trying to hide it and stay away from it because she don't.
Your Honor, for the record, I have forwarded to just past the 10-minute mark on this phone call to play my portion.
Okay.
Like all this stress and shit. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna just let it go for a while. My trial is, or my pre-trial is December the 8th. I'll go down there and hopefully they'll make me an offer. If they will offer me 25 on that, and we'll be done. If they try to offer me anything else, or they don't offer me anything else, well then we'll just go to trial. Yeah. Because, trial is like 5 to 99. Okay, I could get as little as 5 years or as much as 99. They're not going to give nobody 99. I'm not like a psychopath, sociopath, crazy ass, I'm not none of that. I had a bad day, I dealt with it wrong, I fucked up, and I'm got to deal with it. So, the only problem is the judge and the prosecutor both the judge is running for re-election, the prosecutor's running to be a judge, so they're going to try to use my shit because it's so high profile shit to make them look good. So I'm pretty sure I won't get much of an offer at all. Because that 40-year offer was like an insult. I'm 68 years old. 40 years, you got to do 20, so I'd be 88, and then I go before the parole board, and Tiffany's going to be there to say no, and then I got to wait another 6 months and go again, possibly. I'll be fucking 90 years old before I get out, and then I got to deal with parole for the rest of my life. Oh, fuck no. No, I'm sorry. I'm not accepting.
Oh man, in their 40s, people die in their 40s and 50s all the time.
That'd be sweet. Yeah, that'd be sweet. I'll pee in a cup, send it to y'all to pour on her grave. I'd do that. You good lying bitch. Oh yeah, I'll fix her right up. Since you would have been honest and said, look, Mama's out messing around on you, I could have just walked away, not had a problem, and none of this shit would have been a problem. But no, she had to keep her mom's secrets. I didn't know. I kind of suspected one, but I didn't know she had a fucking heroin. But anyway.
Buckle up, guys. Today we are going to witness a courtroom moment that instantly changes how everyone views this case. A recorded jail phone call is played, and instead of showing genuine remorse, the defendant focuses on plea deals, possible prison time, and how the sentence would affect his own future. He even shifts blame onto the victim's daughter, leaving the courtroom with an unsettling first impression.
I don't know.
State of Texas rests, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Burbank. Thank you, Mr. Nichols. Mr. Burbank.
Re-rest. I didn't know what section he was going to play, and I'm fine.
Is there more that I need to hear?
No.
All right. So no other witnesses? No witnesses, Mr. Burbank?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Burbank, you may make argument.
Hey, police court, counselor. Sir. As you well know, we've been doing this a long time, Your Honor. I guess I longer than you, and there are no winners in this case. Problem with this case is that it was, I guess, called upon or detected or police were notified and she was found. It might have turned out differently, or there were other facts and circumstances that might have arose. There's a couple of things I'd like you, but it didn't. And no matter how you look at it, Your Honor, if there were facts and circumstances at the time of this incident, they are bygone, and they're not here anymore because of the 25 years of where that person was, Kimberly was placed. And that's the sad part about this. When you look at this and you look at people in reference to representing him as a defense attorney, I look at things. For instance, in State's Exhibit number 1, I wanted to make sure that the court realized that no matter what, it was not talking about Kimberly Langwell. It was talking about the daughter. And as the court is well aware, there is also a civil trial going on in reference to, with her family.
So dumping pee on the grave was whose grave? Who's he talking about?
He's talking about the daughter.
What
and
daughter?
not her, not Kimberly.
The daughter's alive.
I know, they were talking about it.
Okay.
Because it had to deal with the civil case that's currently pending.
Okay.
It was not for Kimberly. And it's reflected in that, Judge, in reference to things that supposedly she should have done about telling about Mom. You have a gentleman here, though, unlike a lot of other cases that you see before this court, that has no record. He has gone 68 years, and there is no record. There is nothing there that says he's lived a troubled life. In the sense of that he's had a secret. He has, and I asked the court to take judicial notice of the 2 letters that were written, one from his aunt and one from his daughter. One of the things that I believe that was brought out, he is relieved at what happened. It has been eaten on him, just as Mr. Riley. He's sorry for what he did. He's tried to explain within the PSI and in reference to the version that he's given. I can't tell you what, if any, consideration that you may be able to give him based on the ultimate facts and what's happened. But you have an individual that has not been in trouble, that has been employed, except he kept a secret. And he kept a secret to the detriment of a family that was grieving at the time and wanted to know where their loved one was, especially a 15-year-old girl. And that he can't erase. I would ask for any consideration, if any, of course, of his age, because of the nature of the offense of being 3B under the Texas Code of the Penal Code and Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. So any consideration that you might give, but there's a cap for you. Thank you.
The defense now tries to convince the judge to show mercy. The attorney points to the defendant's age, his previously clean record, steady employment, and letters from family members. While admitting that hiding the crime devastated the victim's family, the defense argues this was a man who lived decades without legal trouble and asks the court to consider those factors before deciding his punishment.
Thank you, Mr. Burbank. Mr. Nichols, can you play that again for me, please? I just want to make sure
I can, Your Honor. I'll represent to the court. He's not talking about Kimberly Langwell.
Okay.
And I'll make it part of my argument.
Okay, go ahead then.
The phone call you heard, Judge, was him talking about how it greatly inconvenienced his life to have to deal with the parole board should he ever make it that far. And that, no doubt, Tiffany McGinnis would tell the parole board not to let him out early. That's what he's complaining about. And his son, who's the other end of that phone call, mentions, well, maybe something will happen and she'll die. She's in her 40s. And his response to that is, I would gladly pee on her grave, Your Honor. And the reason I play that, along with a lot of the other evidence we heard today, shows this man has no remorse, no feeling whatsoever for what he did to Tiffany's mother and what he's done to this family.
If you want to testify, you can get up here and testify. Otherwise, you have refrained from doing that, and so stop talking.
And on that call, he blames a then 15-year-old girl for not telling him that her mother had moved on. And that's sick and twisted, Your Honor. No more sick and twisted than living in a home with your murdered ex-girlfriend under your floor. A home that he later shared with his common-law wife. A home that no doubt people came and went in for the last 25 years. With Kimberly Langwell buried in a shallow grave under her. Every step of the way has been a slap in the face to Kimberly's family. Every step of this is just inhumane. To go there the next day and open up the car for them, knowing what you did. To tell somebody and expect them to keep the secret for 25 years. To put up a billboard and pretend you're trying to help find her it is vile, it is inhuman, and it is not worthy of any consideration from the court, Your Honor. The cap is 40 years because of his age. And I'm asking the court to enforce that full 40 so Terry Rose spends what's left of his life behind bars, Your Honor, because that's what he deserves.
The prosecution responds with a devastating argument that shifts the courtroom's focus back to the victim. The prosecutor explains that the phone call exposed the defendant's true mindset, showing concern only for himself while displaying no real remorse. He reminds the court that the victim remained hidden beneath the defendant's home for 25 years and argues that only the maximum sentence can reflect the cruelty of those actions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nichols.
You want us to rise, Your Honor?
I don't care. It's not often that I'm at a loss for words, and honestly, it's because I have too many words. And anything I say is not going to help Tiffany and her family other than getting this over with, which is why I pushed this to get done today and not wait until the end of the year or the first part of next year. But there's just certain things that I can't even look past to not point out. The fact on that phone call that you said you're not a psychopath is just beyond me. Who isn't a psychopath that kills someone that they once cared about and buries them in their house and lives on top of them for 25 years? I would think that's the definition in Webster's dictionary of a psychopath. It's not a bad day. It's a bad 25 years for her. I mean, it's the nonchalantness about how you spoke about this told me way more than I really needed already with what I had. But that is just the fact that you think for some reason that me running for re-election or Mr. Nichols running for election has anything to do with what we're doing today. It does not. You can ask anybody here, any of this law enforcement. I've never made a decision because of politics, and I never will. And Tiffany's right. 40 years isn't enough. There is a part of me that wishes I had not accepted this plea agreement and that we had gone to trial last week. Because I do think a jury would have given you life for 99 years. I actually do. If they had heard that, you would have gotten that. And the fact that you thought you wouldn't is the most narcissistic thing I think I've ever heard in my entire life. So, I mean, there's just so much more. The billboard, I mean, it's insane. It's psychotic. That's what it is. I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I hope that today gives Tiffany at least some final closure on all of this and her family. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 40 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. If I had 50, I'd give you 50. If I had 60, I'd give you 60. Whatever it was that the cap was going to be, after hearing all this, it would have been whatever it was. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. You're going to be handed a trial court certification that shows this was an agreement, so you have no right to appeal, which also is one of the only reasons that I accepted this plea agreement, because that does make this final. So there's no appeal, there's no chance of anything happening, it's over. I highly doubt that this matters, but I am required to read this to you. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. If you have any questions about that, you can talk to Mr. Burbank about how long it is or the eligibility. Again, I don't anticipate that being an issue. I want to thank every single law enforcement officer that's here, really on behalf, I think, of Tiffany and the family as well, Mr. Nichols and Mr. Canal, for the work that's been put in for 25 years to finally get this taken care of. At this time, you can go.
The judge delivers a powerful and emotional ruling, rejecting every excuse offered by the defendant. Calling his behavior shocking, the judge says the recorded phone call revealed more than enough about his character and even suggests a jury could have imposed an even harsher punishment. The court then sentences him to 40 years in prison, bringing a decades-long search for justice to its legal conclusion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.